What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to ZSR 2 and welcome to the Z2R Max Rando tournament. We made it to lower bracket round number 3. And Paratroopa versus Knightcrawler. And without further ado, because we're good to go pretty much, let's dive into the action. So let's switch to the layout, which is this one. And then say and to Friko, and soon enough to Jay Copa, who will join him any second. Until then, I'll keep him company. What's up, Friko?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this match. Right now, 5 people remain in the tournament, and after this game, we're going to be down to 4. Paratroopa versus Knightcrawler. Knightcrawler taking down Rose City Saint, who we saw just a few days ago against Jay Coper, I believe, who will at some point be joining me in the commentary booth.
There he is.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. And since you're 2 now, I'll hand it over to you and start your race. Good luck. And thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
So this match here, the winner goes against Rose City Saint. Then the winner of that match goes against Buzz Thunder. And the winner of that match goes against Trails in the grand finals. So we've got ourselves a pretty clear path to the end at this point, as both of our runners are underway. We have the fire spell.
Yep, can't quite cast it yet, so we'll be wanting to level up magic to see if it's important. Like it happened to me in my last race. I should say. Oh, not grabbing that pea bag. That's a weird choice. Oh, we got 1 heart container. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, 1 heart container. It looks like we have the raft and the hammer. I've yet to see upstab or downstab, so we may need to fish those up. I did not see how many gems we have to place.
Looks like 3 gems.
Okay, so we will have to go into some palaces at least to do a little more than simply hunting for an item here or there.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going to be the normal story of random percent, which is find the glove and find some palaces. Put them, maybe a couple spells.
Ooh, Knightcrawler wandering upon Stonehenge, finding a 500-point P-bag.
Yeah.
Looks like attack 2 first on the menu. For Knightcrawler, at least.
I want to take some life levels, too.
Well, with 1 heart container to start with, I do not blame you.
Every 500-point P-bag we see is kind of bad, because that's likely 1 fewer heart that's going to be in the pool.
Yeah, any
point drop.
Yeah, to expand on that point, any item that is replaced, which in this case could be heart containers, are replaced by a 500-point P-bag as one of the drops. I believe there's 2 or maybe there's 3 that are already in the drop pool. So once we start to see a couple more of those 500-point P-bags, then we're going to start sounding the alarms for potentially a 1 heart container seed the whole way through.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but it can happen for sure.
Well, with the way some of these races have gone, and especially with what I've seen from the commentary booth, 1 heart container's been a little more common than I'd like it to be, with how things have been starting out.
So we're gonna get our first non-fire spell here.
I
Let's see,
believe fairy.
well, fairy's good, but also is a little stressful. It looked like they might have downstab to me. It looked like Paratroopa just downstabbed. Okay. Fairy is 54 too. So we got Kins for Candle in the east, and also Flute in the east, or Flute in the west.
Okay, yeah, as we see on Knightcrawler's screen, go west to find the flute. So that would put it in one of the overworld locations and not in any palace.
Yeah. Paratroopa has already talked to Begu and is crossing Lifetown here. So he's going to be getting our second spell. But the fairy early is kind of a bad sign in some ways, because that might mean that you have to dig a palace for progression, and it might be really difficult to do if fairy is expensive, which it is right now. But they haven't taken any magic levels yet, so...
Yeah, Knightcrawler seems to be prioritizing attack, as he's at 313. Paratroopa's at 214, so both surprisingly not taking any magic levels as of yet. Well, and no sooner do I say that, Knightcrawler takes magic level 2.
Yeah, jump is opens up a couple things, but it opens up nothing progression-wise if you already have fairy. Alright, well...
Paratroopa cannot cast jump, nor does he have fairy.
He can't cast jump?
It's 65.
His jump is 65. That is hilarious. Was that before or after he got that magic level?
Well, Paratroopa has it, and he's at magic level 1. Knightcrawler's at magic 2, but as of yet did not get jump. Knightcrawler has fairy. Paratroopa has jump.
Right. It's pretty absurd for jump to cost more than fairy.
Now, with this magic level, I only saw it when it was magic level 1, so we'll see if magic level 2 changes anything.
I would bet that it does.
Well, Knightcrawler's just cast fairy, and he's at magic level 2.
Yeah, we already knew that was 50-something. Yeah, jump would be most useful in, like, Palace 6. Boots?
Oh, Paratroopa
Nice.
over jumping the boots and ended up getting sniped by a spear, it looked like. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it might have been a boomerang, too. I don't know why he's not just killing this guy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the Gorilla throwing the boomerang, but Paratroopa getting the boots and an immediate up an A, as Knightcrawler now has fairy.
That was interesting. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, we got another cave here. P-Bag Cave.
Oh, hopefully.
These guys are probably really hoping for a heart container as much as anything. I mean, glove is always top priority, but getting an extra heart or two when you're at 1 heart, it's really nice.
Yeah, I can see exactly why you would want that. Doubling your potential life is definitely a bonus. Paratroopa having a bit of trouble here with Gyro.
Yeah, he could just choose to go by it, and now he has. Got a hint that the trophy is in the east, and there's the glove.
All right, so
I'd say Paratroopa's got a little bit of a lead here until Knightcrawler heads up to the top of the continent here.
well, Knightcrawler's in the cave where Boots was. Looked like he noped out of there.
No, he's not.
No, he's not? Okay.
No, the boots were across the bridge at the top.
Okay.
Which is a fun place for them because you couldn't take the easy way around and just walk over the river until you actually had the boots.
Oh, no. All right, so boots in hand, glove in hand. I believe we've seen a couple palaces already. Is this palace exploration time?
I would probably try to head east with that raft and see what we can grab easily over there. There's a desert tile and a water tile that we can get. And, of course, we can probably explore Maze Island pretty easily with the boots.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, levels probably aren't going to be a problem. We've seen 500-point bags drop. We've seen 200-point bags drop. Looks like Knightcrawler is going through Jump Cave here. And this might... Oh. He can cast fire now? No, fire is 70. So we can't cast fire still at Magic 3.
Oh, no. So it's a great mystery even to right now as to what fire is linked to.
Yeah. Alright, got another item cave for Knightcrawler. He's found the southern half of the western continent here. Looks like Paratroopa is also gonna head through, or not. Nope, he's gonna do something else. Maybe he's...
Yeah, just
really...
kind of checking out that there's a nice big dead end over there.
Yeah, I think he's maybe at the stage of bargaining or something. Really doesn't want to head through this. Well, I gotta say, if Paratroopa can't successfully make it through this cave, that does give Knightcrawler a little edge in this regard. Although Knightcrawler is quite obviously still gonna have to pick up that glove at some point. And oh, that's a bad game over for Knightcrawler. You would have really liked to get to a palace there, so up an A and get your lives refilled without having to go back to the...
Yeah, so he's going to have to basically retrace his steps at this point to get to where he was.
Yeah,
and
right.
That's just going to take time, unfortunately.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing if he instead went back to the north, but barring that, it's just a time waste to die down there.
Well, what could he realistically find down there that would be of value?
Well, I don't think we've seen the raft tile yet.
Okay, yeah. Fair point.
And we're still looking for a couple palaces, I believe.
I believe we've seen 2 of the palaces on the Western continent. Although my skills at identifying them are not the best.
Oh, did we see Palace 1? I would certainly do Palace 1 if it's an option.
I do not believe so. I believe it was one of the 2 and 5 and one of the 3 and 6 palaces. And it certainly wasn't 4, because I did not see a floating Moa. And I do not believe it was 1, because 1 shares the column similarly to 4.
It would be so nice if you could take these boots around the eastern side of this continent here. That does not seem to be an option.
Oh, Knightcrawler trying to cast Fairy to avoid what blocked him, and he ended up getting tagged all the same. Oh, no. Oh, Knightcrawler's just having a heck of a time in this jump cave.
Yeah, those MOAs really hit hard. But we've got more stuff up in the northwest here. I don't know if we've seen this. Oh, no, we have. We've seen all that.
Oh, Knightcrawler taking 3 deaths now in the jump cave. And he's just taking hit after hit by what looks like either bats or the MOAs. Well, yeah, we can see the shadow of a MOA there just kind of floating around.
Alright, he made it through. Fortunately, desert encounters are path encounters. That's a nice reprieve for him. Found a Death Mountain here. Did we have the hammer? We do. So we might want to see if we can get a quick Spectacle Rock, or maybe a quick Hammer Cave. Now it looks
like he just noped out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's the raft tile. That's an interesting location for that.
Doesn't look like you can get to it with just the boots, and Knightcrawler's actually over to the eastern continent, and then immediately changed his mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was just looking to see if there was maybe a really quick item there, and he really wants to clear out this west first before heading over there. Going to the east is definitely tough, though. The enemies hit hard in the east, so pretty much anything you do is going to be one-hit KO type of stuff.
I mean, with 1 heart container, I'd almost want to venture saying that anything's 1-hit KO at this point. But
yeah. Looks like Paratroopa is in a palace here.
Yes, he is.
This is unfortunate. I don't think there's an easy way through this.
Oh, and he actually up and A's out, but it looks like Palace 1.
Yeah, that is Palace 1. So, I think A was right. Why is he not...
So Knightcrawler and Paratroopa both into Palace 1. Paratroopa... No?
Huh. That's interesting. I don't know what he saw there that made him think he doesn't want to be in there.
I mean, why not just beat Horsehead and get one out of the way?
He might be wanting to conserve the gem to place it at a time when he can get a bigger experience boost out of it. I would still be trying to get the item over there, though, probably.
Well, I guess Paratroopa decided that he might... I don't think he was in the item room. But with that chain flinger kind of gating him off, that scared him out of Palace 1, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting decision.
But for how disadvantaged Knightcrawler is for the time being, item-wise, first Palace at about 17 minutes in, Knightcrawler claiming a 1-0 lead in our race to 3 crystals.
Yeah. Of course, it's not just a race to 3 crystals. They're also going to have to beat the game. So, managing your gems to get the most experience out of them so that you can go to GP with some reasonable levels is also useful. Oh, we got some drippers here, but you're not spawning because the MOAs are overriding them with their flames.
Oh, so the sprite limit with
Yeah.
the MOAs actually disallowing the spawns from happening. Oh,
Yeah.
that's rough.
He might be killing this bubble in hopes that it helps with that sprite limit, but it looks like he's moving on anyway. I don't know why I killed that bubble. It's kind of silly.
Well, 30 points for a one-hit Stelphos.
Yeah, that's...
And, oh.
Wow, that is some nice RNG right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're just mass producing them suckers. That was like 5 in a row.
Looks like Knightcrawler is heading back to the southern half here. Through Jump Cave yet again.
Oh, saw a pea bag. Knightcrawler's going to turn around and snag that. But yeah, it looks like we got spiders, moas, and other icky things. Oh my. Knightcrawler looked like he got tagged, possibly by a moa.
I really can't imagine spending too much time here. Oh man, just take that magic level. Oh, he's not doing it. It'd be really nice to be able to cast Fairy more than once if we can try to get there. He must be going for attack 4, probably.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. 850, I believe, was attack 4 for him.
Right. Yeah, that must be. Oh, no, that's
no.
life 5. Yeah, life 5 is like 200 cheaper than attack 4.
Oh, Paratroopa gets a key as a random drop, but Paratroopa looks to be in this for the long haul. He's really committed to this attack 4. Knightcrawler finding the Great Palace.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be useful at some point.
So it looks like the trip south for Knightcrawler finally paying dividends, as he does have the location of the Great Palace. But this also guarantees that we're going to have to go east for at least one palace at this point.
Yeah, but that's not too tall of a task when we've got the raft and such. I don't know how long Paratroopa plans on farming here. It's not a great farms location.
No, for 30 points each, and let's see. Well, he's got one 500-point pea bag. I would hope Paratroopa does not spend too much more time here. He's spent a good 2 minutes already at this point. Just kind of crouched down, praying to RNGesus here to drop a couple more 500-point pea bags. And Knightcrawler picking up the cross.
Yeah, cross is not the worst thing in the world to get when you're gonna go to the east in a one-hit KO type of situation.
So, at least Knightcrawler will be able to see the MOAs. Now he just needs to figure out how to see in the dark. And that may make the candle and the cross much more significant of a find.
Yeah, it's mostly the grave and the swamp encounters where those MOAs are a big issue in the east. Looks like Knightcrawler now is dipping into Death Mountain a little more, though. Oh, I don't know that Paratroopa did that intentionally.
No, it looked like he tried to jump and didn't quite work out for him. He's trying to lure a chain flinger in and just kind of moved a little too far and
man,
took him off the ledge. Oh no.
He had it there. He just, I don't know. He's bailing. Okay.
Well, he just tried to hug the chain flinger and it did not work out very well for him.
Yeah.
So Knightcrawler trying to explore the options available. And it looks like Endless Pass-Through Cave at IHOP night.
Yeah, I'd really give Paratroopa a bit of an edge here until Knightcrawler realizes that he needs to go north at start to get to the glove. There's almost zero chance we're beating this seed without a glove, but it is more possible with 3 gem seed than with like a 5 or 6 gem seed.
Well, let's see. Oh, Magic 4 for Knightcrawler. Fire at 21.
It's Thunderfire.
Oh my. Wow. So that, I think, opens up the game quite significantly for Knightcrawler at this point.
Yeah.
They can just fire at will. Looks like he's got 3 shots, so he's used 2 of them. He should have 1 more left.
I don't know why he's not pushing the button. All I gotta do is push select there, and those guys all die. Wow, that is huge for Knightcrawler. There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Oh, a 100-point P-bag. Ouch.
Yeah, experience is no longer a real question in this seed. You go to the east, you find an encounter you like with a lot of big enemies, and you go to town with that Thunderfire, and you'll get all the experience you really need.
Well, it looks like Knightcrawler heading back to the Great Palace, possibly to reset his lives.
Yeah, that's interesting. He had a lot of experience there that he gave up. I don't know if he was on his last life or what.
Well, he had picked up a 1-up doll right before the 100-point P-bag at the end of the cave. So he had to have had 1 left. Paratroopa,
Paratroopa said in IRC that he will take a short break.
Oh,
So that's the
okay.
point we are now.
So it looks like Paratroopa pulling into the pits. Run off to the bathroom. Usually a thing I would prefer to do before a race, not during it, but stuff happens.
Well, it's probably a mental health, sanity type of break, as much as anything, I imagine. Trying to collect himself from all of these deaths from
just about anything and everything at this point.
1 heart container.
Oh, Knightcrawler finding the flute.
Yeah, could be useful.
Well, let's see. We'd have Three-Eyed Rock and the River Devil as our main uses for the flute. Although with only 3 palaces and Great Palace already a known quantity.
Yeah, the flute could still open a nice path in the east, or it might open a palace that's just easy to complete. Like, say, maybe Palace 2 or Palace 3, perhaps. I'm not really sure.
Well, I'm not sure what Paratroopa had went into that would have been the final Western Continent Palace.
Yeah, Paratroopa sounds like he's ready to give up, but is he really not going to compete? I want to tell him to keep going because he's not in nearly as bad a shape here as he thinks he is.
Well, I would say to just keep going because what's happening to you may well be happening to the other person in the race as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like Paratroopa has recovered himself.
Okay.
So hopefully he's back underway. So hopefully he can figure something out. It's kind of hanging around Palace 1. Still not going to go into Palace 1, so we'll see what he's got in mind at this point.
He's definitely still got an advantage with that glove, so I really don't want to see him give up. And his levels aren't that bad. I mean, if he gets like an extra life level, that might help him a bit. And of course, an extra magic level will let him start casting Thunderfire, so hopefully he just sticks it out a little bit and gets another level or two, realizes that the seed isn't nearly as bad as he thinks it is. And that his situation isn't as bad as he thinks it is.
Yeah, Paratroopa is really just one level of magic away from breaking open this seed to a pretty significant level. Knightcrawler's back into Death Mountain. So Knightcrawler is, just as, confused by this seed as Paratroopa is at this point, which, given Paratroopa's items, he can easily come back. The flute won't really change very much, I don't think. The cross, quality of life, sure, but not the biggest item. The glove, so far, out of everything that has been found by our runners, is definitely the big ticket item.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of discussion in the race channel right now. And Paratroopa is convinced that he cannot beat this seed and he can't progress.
He can easily dunk a crystal in Palace 1. I mean, they're at the point where I don't believe they can re-roll the seed. I believe it's half an hour in. But, it's just such a shame that Paratroopa is so close to where he needs to be. And all he has to actually do is go into Palace 1, beat Horsehead, and I believe that gives him Magic 4.
Yeah. So there's discussion in the channel, and Knightcrawler doesn't want Paratroopa to forfeit, so he told Paratroopa to get Magic 4. Yeah, we found a magic jar in Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, Knightcrawler has a 5th magic jar. But all Paratroopa has to do at this point to free this seed up is literally just run to the right, defeat Horsehead, and I'm almost certain that 570 is the number for Magic 4. Life 5 was somewhere in the 800s, if I'm not mistaken.
Just kill the Iron Knuckle. It's not that hard. It's much harder to jump over him than it is to kill him.
Well, I think Paratroopa at this point is, Tiltsville, population, Paratroopa.
I don't understand why. Just up and get your lives back at this point.
Well, it looks like he's going to have a go at the, he got rid of that Iron Knuckle. Now he just has to whack the Chain Flinger. It's just, all right, we're through. Okay. Paratroopa has, all right. We're making progress. This is good. Paratroopa is, making forward progress.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Paratroopa goes fine there. If you go straight to the left, right when you enter that room, you'll get under those hammers, and then you can get through there.
Oh, Paratroopa literally just has to run to the right here, go to the boss.
Well, he wants the item. He wants a heart container or something.
Yeah, but going to the boss gets him life or magic 4, which basically frees everything up because he'll have 3 uses of thunder at that point.
Well, he's only 50 points away from magic 4 now.
Yeah, and he's going to get 20 of it right there. Probably going to kill a Stalfos. He knows those are worth 30.
This Stalfos might be worth more.
Oh, well, the Stalfos jumped up and knocked him into the lava. What a shame.
No, Bisco, I think it's just confirmation bias. Man, that Guma right there is not difficult to deal with.
Well, but Paratroopa has... Oh my. It's worth 20. The ones out of the drippers are worth 30.
Yeah, the darker blue Stalfos are normally worth more experience. They have more health and stuff, too. So... there you go.
All right. We have Magic 4. We have Castable Fire. Now Paratroopa is just going to run... Oh, now he's got it. Oh, yeah, there's 200 free points for hitting Magic 4.
He just cast Thunder on the Tinsu.
And just to, Rage Thunder, why not? That's 700 points he's picked up since hitting that level. I believe he's on his last life, so we'll see if he can pick up the last 130.
He might need to cast Fairy to get the item, so, well, that key will help with that.
Well, that fixed that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go down there. You don't need that. Whatever it is.
At best, it would be a key or a 1-up doll. Oh, Paratroopa picking up a second key.
Paratroopa is out of magic again, but key's not an issue. I guess magic is mostly an issue for the use of fire at this point.
Well, this will give him another level up. I believe life 5. And he's going to take it.
I would not decline that, especially when you're on your last life, and that life 5 saved him from a death right there.
Yeah, the chain flinger got him, though. Damn. Clipped him again.
Well, at least now he should know that he can make it.
Yeah, so Paratroopa back alive. Knightcrawler going to the Eastern Continent. So Knightcrawler...
Finally.
Well, Knightcrawler's still without the boots and the glove, which Paratroopa found about half an hour ago at this point.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Did Knightcrawler ever find Hammer Cave there? I'm guessing no, but...
To be honest, I'm not sure. Knightcrawler, I guess, for whatever reason, just has not, gone north from the Northern Palace to find that area where both the blue boots and the gloves were.
Yeah, you had to cross a bridge to get to the cave with the boots. And and the glove was also up there too. And he might maybe be waiting for the boots to go up there, perhaps. I'm not really sure. Or maybe he thinks that it's boots locked or something.
Paratroopa about to free open this seed. It looks like Magic 5 might be in his near future, a 500-point P-Bag dropping.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken a Life 6 there. I would have said no to that and taken that magic level.
But Knightcrawler on Life 6. Let's see if this flute pays dividends. It looks like Knightcrawler hitting a block he's not too thrilled about. Oh, Paratroopa, 500-point P-Bag. So he's going to have Magic 5, which is what Knightcrawler probably should have gotten. And it looked like Fire went down to 9.
Yeah, I think Paratroopa is going to go ahead and place his gem here.
So after all of this, Paratroopa picking up a magic level, Knightcrawler picking up Life 6 instead, and that may prove to be Knightcrawler's undoing, as Paratroopa's gonna finish Palace 1.
This is a really weird situation here.
So Knightcrawler ridding the world of the River Devil that was standing guard at the end of a under construction pathway.
Like, Paratroopa, I would say, is in the lead here. He doesn't know it, but it's almost entirely because Knightcrawler convinced him not to give up and told him to get Magic 4.
Yeah.
So,
well,
it's strange.
In a sense, I would say it's sportsmanship, and you don't want to win like that. But for me, Knightcrawler, if both of the runners were to play this through, Knightcrawler's still significantly behind at this point because he's lacking both the glove and the boots. However, he does now have upstab.
Man, 9-point Thunderfire is quite fantastic. Just go to town there, Paratroopa. Hit it again. There you go.
Collect the P-Bag. Yeah, if something touches you, just press select and make it disappear. Or if you see it, just press select and make it disappear.
Yeah, or, I mean, it's not even about seeing it, it's about just knowing where the enemies are going to be in Jump Cave. And then you get the added bonus of having basically like an infinite beam sword. Yeah, cast it, get rid of those moas. Oh, we got a problem now, though. Gotta jump. And killed everything.
Yeah, it looked like there was one more ache still running around, but Paratroopa going a little too heavy on the...
Yeah, there's an ache right here. He can...
Yeah, just jump around and let it hit you. Of course, the one time you want to get hit, it's not going to happen.
Oh, he's got to get hit one more time.
Oh, no. All right, there it is. But every other time that either one of the runners are in this cave, they're getting bounced around left and right and just dumpstered.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Paratroopa down to the south, so this will open up the wrap spot for Paratroopa.
Yeah. Man. Best thing for Knightcrawler would probably be a heart, but other than that, like a required spell item for Thunder, perhaps, would be pretty useful.
Yeah, but Knightcrawler's got fire thunder at his
Oh.
disposal as well, so...
Oh, yeah. He doesn't need thunder. What am I saying? Yeah, there aren't any spells that could be required that they don't already have.
I mean, Knightcrawler's obviously searching for the glove.
Right. But he did pick up a heart there, which is big. So, heart is easily the best thing he could have found there.
Well, given we
where
know he can't find the glove where he is because he is on
Right.
the Eastern Continent, and the glove, as we saw on Paratroopa's side, who has not been to the Eastern Continent at all at this point.
What are you doing? Just use your fire. I don't understand the stubbornness. Like, if you walk and you hit an enemy, you're gonna keep hitting it if you keep walking. What are you doing, guy? Please. He's just tilting for no reason.
Oh, no, he's way past the point of tilting. He's just like...
You're a wizard.
I mean, he's completely gone at this point, but Paratroopa finding the flute and taking a victory dive into the lava.
What was that? The spell?
Looks like the spell, yes.
Yeah, that's gonna give Knightcrawler one more check when he gets to Spell Town.
Yeah, when I think the best thing that could happen for Knightcrawler at this point is someone saying the glove's in the west, Paratroopa finding the Great Palace.
Knightcrawler finally up to Magic 5, so he's gonna get that 5-point fire spell now. Or, sorry, 9.
Yeah.
Magic fire spell.
So that'll be a welcome addition. Knightcrawler gonna pick up the old Kasuto spell. And the old man, don't send me back to the home, I'll teach you shield.
Yeah, shield is a good find there. Shield is probably better than life right now with this magic we have. Yeah,
Paratroopa finding a Death Mountain cave.
Yeah,
and
you can save a lot of time just by not going into Death Mountain at all.
Let's see, what was in here? I believe the cross was in here. Alright, so East Stonehenge for Knightcrawler, going to reward him with a 500-point P-Bag.
Yeah, Knightcrawler is really hoping to find a Spell Town here. He's got 2 items he can get out of it.
Yeah, but
right
unfortunately for him...
Here it is.
It would have to be the candle in the all key, if anything. Oh, 7 magic containers. That's a ripperoni there. Potentially a magic jar in the spell tower could solve that problem.
Yeah. A key would be okay, I guess, but the candle would not be something he'd be looking for, I would think.
Another old man doesn't want to get sent back to the home.
What was that spell there?
I did not see it.
You know, it doesn't matter. The spells aren't important at this point. Reflect. I guess Reflect maybe gives them an easy palace to complete at Palace 4.
Yeah, it went into his spellbook, and it certainly looks like Reflect. So Knightcrawler, yeah, unlocking Palace 4. So if he happens to encounter it, oh, the whammy. Spell tower leading to a gigantic whammy. It looks like Paratroopa finally making it over to the Eastern Continent.
Yeah, we need to find some palaces over here.
Well, unfortunately, it's Maze Island, Valley of Death, potentially Three-Eyed Rock. I believe it's a 50-50 shot for that one. And then one palace just kind of loitering about in the middle of who knows where. And there it is, Knightcrawler. Knightcrawler finding Three-Eyed Rock and Death Valley right next to it.
Is he gonna head in without the glove? He's deciding not to, I guess.
Looks like a negative. Knightcrawler about facing and saying, So the likelihood of that being Palace 2.
If he hasn't been to Maze Island, I would be looking to do that first, but I guess...
Well, it looks like
here.
Victim of convenience for Valley of Death.
Sure. Nightcrawler's setting up some encounter skips here.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to slash 4 times. It looked like he slashed 5, but... And it looks like he's going to get his encounter skips, though, so good on him. We'll see what we've got in the Valley of Death. Palace 4.
Yeah, this is a good find for him, considering he's got the reflex spell.
So this should be the second palace for Knightcrawler.
You would certainly think so.
Then it's just a matter of figuring out, all right, what's the third palace I'm going to complete?
Yeah. It's possible that the glove's not required. It's very possible. Maybe go to Maze Island, find Palace... oh wait, that's not where Palace 2 is, that'd be Palace 5. But Palace 5 might not be that hard to complete either, I don't know. Just,
now, wouldn't you need the glove for something like the L7 room in
oh, yeah.
Great Palace?
No, it's still quite likely that the glove is required in Great Palace. It's just that it's certainly possible. It's possible that like Dark Link is one room to the right of start.
Oh, yeah, that's entirely true. Karok making a appearance on Knightcrawler's screen, just kind of flickering in and out of existence here. A couple more shots will do it.
I think we lost some frames for a second there or something. But really nice getting that level right at Karok. That's beautiful experience management, how that worked out.
And so it looks like 2330, it's either Magic 6 or Attack 6.
Yeah, he's going to get this item. Can't blame him for going back to look for it. I think it might be faster to open E, though. I'm not quite sure of the layout. Yeah, I would have opened aid.
Well, it was basically go a couple rooms to the right after going down an elevator. So Knightcrawler heading back to the elevator, he'll go down.
No, he's got to go to the left here, I think.
Yeah, that was the first room, so second room down. So go left to find an item, it looks like.
Paratroopa is going to get a level here. He's got the kid.
And Paratroopa finding the child. Although, Paratroopa not quite interested at present in finding Three-Eyed Rock, although Paratroopa did just walk right over New Kasuto.
Yeah, he's got to realize that and head back there. He is.
I think the encounters showing up just kind of threw him off a little bit.
So the number of magic magic containers is probably Knightcrawler's biggest advantage right now, I'd say. He's got it up to 6, while Paratroopa's still at 4.
Yeah, but I think Paratroopa's gonna be the first one into the Great Palace, though, because Paratroopa's got Palace 4 right there, plus another palace in Three-Eyed Rock. So I could see a world where Paratroopa is able to finish all 3 of his palaces in the very near future.
Yeah, that's certainly possible.
Although I believe Paratroopa needs to get the spell out of this town. Which is
yeah,
Reflect.
if he wants to use Reflect, that's true. Still looking for the item in Palace 4. I think what Knightcrawler is going to have to do to get the item likely is go back to where the drop is and fall down one screen, and then go to the right. He's got to take another death here to go through some more key doors. Or he's going to try going left first, probably.
Well, he tried to bop the statue head to try to get a magic jar drop, but unfortunately for Knightcrawler, it won't be the glove or boot. So he's looking at any key, trophy, medicine, which won't help him.
I mean, the key is a moderate help, but just a container of some sort would be the biggest thing, really.
Well, spell-wise, the spell items won't help him. The trophy and the medicine are complete, whammies at this point, just like finding the candle. But Paratroopa still continuing to explore, as Knightcrawler has to take yet another death, getting confronted by another keyhole, and Fairy still not able to be cast twice.
The seed seems kind of fun, honestly.
Now, something about beauty being in the eye of the beholder, J. Coper. Well, we'll see if Paratroopa ends up hitting up the Valley of Death or Three-Eyed Rock. I think either would be a very good idea, and it looks like Three-Eyed Rock for Paratroopa.
Yeah. I'm still not sure why we haven't seen Maze Island on either side yet. Some easy items would be nice. Is Paratroopa not going to head into P6? I think he's hoping for P3 there, because P3 is generally much shorter.
Well, at least Paratroopa should find himself in Palace 2 at this point, so... Or, excuse me, Palace 4.
Yeah. He does know where Palace 2 is, and he could go back and beat that, too, if he chooses to do that.
So what may happen is Paratroopa, hopefully after completing this palace and tying things back up at 2, turns around and just nopes out, goes to Palace 2, and then Great Palace, because he has everything he needs at this point. Whereas Knightcrawler is unfortunately still stuck exploring on the Eastern continent, no less, for items that he is going to have to go back to the Western continent to find.
Yeah, he's looking through a connector at this point to get to Maze Island, I think, and I don't know if such a connector exists.
Well, Maze Island could well be boots locked. Because that connector looked like it brought him right back to about where the raft spot was, just a little to the left of where Knightcrawler is right now. Oh, right by New Kasuto.
Yeah, Paratroopa's got a mere 7 lives to work with here. I don't know if he can take down this Kirak.
Well. Oh, Paratroopa, keep going. Run to the right.
What?
Make like it's a Mario. Run to the right.
What do you mean? That was the dead end.
Ah, right. I'm confusing my lava rooms.
Yeah.
I knew it was a room that had lava in it. And, but this should tie things up for Paratroopa, having enough to cast Reflect, so just gonna
Yeah, he might take a death here, but it's okay if he does. He's got enough lives to work with. What if he's going to try to go the rest of the game without an open A to conserve all these lives he's farmed?
Ooh, Karak jumped right on top of him and he survived it, so there we go. That'll do it. Paratroopa's gonna take down Karak.
Oh, I did miss that Knightcrawler got a 3rd heart container there. That must have been in Palace 4, huh?
I don't know. I thought Knightcrawler game overed in Palace 4. But it looks like chat telling us it was the P4 item. Paratroopa's on 2 heart containers, so he's picked one up somewhere along the way as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that was in the south where they both got one, I think. Oh, he's got the wrong spell equipped.
Paratroopa all but... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I wonder what Paratroopa's next move is. Knightcrawler is still trying to get to Maze Island, I think.
Well, if we're going with the no up and A strategy, I would think Paratroopa's going to head back over to Three-Eyed Rock.
I think he just doesn't want to do 6, but maybe he'll just...
Well, it looks like he... No, oh, he debated me. He went right over there like he was going to flute and make it show back up, but he may be just hoofing it back to the Eastern Continent at this point.
Yeah. We've got 3 and 5 left to find.
Well, so 3 and or 5 is going to be in Maze Island, or just kind of chilling out in the overworld somewhere.
Yeah.
Because one's got to be Maze Island, one's got to be that random Eastern Palace that is not gated behind Three-Eyed Rock, Valley of Death, or Maze Island. Knightcrawler going in, so we're going to have a dive.
I don't really understand why Paratroopa didn't just walk up the East Coast. It seemed like the opportunity was there for it.
Well, Knightcrawler forgot he had a key in his inventory. Used ferry. Ay, ay, ay.
Looks like Paratroopa went back to the west. he up and ate and gave up all those lives he had built up. Maybe he realized that he can just build up more, and I think he might just head back to Palace 2. He's probably confused about, like, thinks that there must be some reason why Knightcrawler hasn't finished yet. Like, maybe GP is really tough or something.
Well, whatever that reason is, it looks like Paratroopa's into Palace 2, just like you had said before. It could be Paratroopa thought that the RAF spot was closer to where he actually was in the Eastern Continent. But, at this point, speculation is what it is. For Knightcrawler, that's one of the mini-bosses in Palace 6 done for.
Yeah, that's interesting that Knightcrawler is now dipping Palace 6 without the glove. There are only a couple rooms in here with glove blocks, but still, it's a risky business jumping in here without the glove. But yeah, like I was saying, maybe we can beat the seed without the glove. If that's the way to Barba, that's bad news for Knightcrawler.
Yeah, Knightcrawler hitting a whammy, so he's going to have to drop again. And again.
Really nice use of magic management there for Knightcrawler.
And then
did he find a dead end right away?
That looked like it, because he saw what was over there and just immediately turned around.
Yeah. The guy wants to jump in the hole. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, Ducky go down the hole.
Man, I don't understand trying to get by the enemies without using your thunder. Just push the button. It's not hard.
Oh, and Knightcrawler finding another no-go.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fall down this hole yet again.
So at this point, we have both of our runners into what could potentially be their third palaces. And it's 3 palaces as the requisite to get into Great Palace. Paratroopa in Palace 2, Knightcrawler in Palace 6.
Alright, got a path here for Knightcrawler. Their levels aren't bad at all. You got 566 and 666. It's mostly the lack of containers for Paratroopa. That's the biggest limiting factor. And then
oh no, Knightcrawler getting another glove blocked room. So it looks like the Canadian hole for Knightcrawler into another glove block. So it looks like Knightcrawler might be completely glove blocked out of Palace 6 here.
He might be. There's probably some other ways that you can try going, like, no, to the left there. Oh, I was thinking this is just going to lead to the Canadian hole room, but that it would just rule out a path for him. So,
well,
that's why he walked backwards before, because he'd already seen this. Okay. Paratroopa killed Helmet Head, huh?
Yeah, so Paratroopa's finished 3 palaces, and I believe he's just north of where Great Palace is. So Paratroopa should be into Great Palace not too long from now, maybe another minute.
Yeah, Paratroopa's going to have to go through Jump Cave again, but otherwise he'll be there. And it's just a matter of if he can make it with the resources that he has, because he's got all of the spells he would need. That, I mean, he could get an upstab block, but that's very, very tiny chance of that happening. So,
oh, that is true. I don't believe Paratroopa did not pick up upstab. Paratroopa thinking about that key and deciding, no thank you. But now we get to see all of the little menaces running around in the jump cave. And it was bats and moas, oh my.
Yeah, I wonder how different this might have been in the beginning if the candle was one of the first items when they had to go through this cave in the dark. Knightcrawler is still finding paths here in Palace 6. It's still quite possible that he is glove blocked, but not so far.
Well, it looks like the number of paths that he has available is starting to dwindle, but Knightcrawler may have just found another mini-boss room.
Yep, this is the item here. So, obviously, he is praying that this is the glove. We know that it's not, but finding the glove in Palace 6 or in Palace 3 is quite an experience. It used to not be possible in the early days of the randomizer.
All right, so any key or another heart container would be about the best possible situations, and it's unfortunately a 500-point P-bag. So Knightcrawler hitting the whammy. Paratroopa into the L7 room of Great Palace already.
Yeah, Knightcrawler's going to have to take a death, but he can't. He cannot take a death here. Oh, he's going to have to die to this Mew. He's lucky that that Mew respawned. Oh my goodness, that would have been quite a way to get stuck.
Oh, what a shame. So all that to take a death for Knightcrawler and explore a different route. Oh, and the red potionary can't collect it. What a shame.
I don't know.
Oh, and Knightcrawler
found Zelda. Nice.
Oh, we
That's
have
great news
ourselves
for
a
him.
bit of a race here now. So Knightcrawler, oh, he's going to greet it and go for the jackhammer. Bold strategy. I like it.
And he takes him down.
Wow, picking up 1,000 points. Oh, about 500 short for Knightcrawler to
Yeah, he
double
could
level.
go back and farm that without too much trouble, but he probably feels behind, and he's going to have to get into GP and see if he can find a path that doesn't require the glove. So far, Paratroopa has gone through several glove-blocked rooms, but
that does not mean he's going in the right direction, however.
It doesn't, but the direction he's going has some promise. Falling down holes in GP is generally good, because the holes have to either go to the boss or back to the beginning. So, especially if you're covering new area, if you go down holes, you feel pretty good generally about where you are. There's a jar in that statue if Paratroopa decides to try for it.
Looks like... well, what do you think the chances are that both of our runners just feel that they're completely behind at this point?
Almost 100%.
Knightcrawler?
Yeah, he's looking for the glove in 2 here.
I was going to say he's in a palace, but that certainly wasn't Great Palace.
I would like to see
unfortunate.
Paratroopa just take that drop, but let's see how far he goes. He's going to go back. Nice. I like it.
All right, so this is going to be drop number 2 for Paratroopa.
No, it's actually drop. Wait, maybe that is 2. Okay. No, it might be 3. It might be 3.
Well, I saw the L7 drop and I saw the Eon Room drop.
Okay, he took another drop, the room where you have to go up and over the blocks.
Okay. When I divide my attention from one runner to the next, whatever happens on the other screen, if I happen to catch it or not, is always a bit of a gamble. But I did notice Paratroopa taking 2 of the drops.
Wow. Paratroopa was so close to the item in P2. Did you ever get this item? It's just a 1-up.
I don't know. But, Knightcrawler is finding a 1-up. Here he's finally on the other side of the bridge, I believe. So this may yield Knightcrawler the glove and boots that he's been looking for this whole time.
Wow. That's crazy. An hour 13 in, and we're getting items that are not... No, he didn't cross the bridge yet, but he's up there. He's in the neighborhood, and maybe he's thinking about trying to get up there now. So, yeah.
Well, there's his access point.
Yep, he sees it. He's on his way.
Oh, that's so brutal. So for well over an hour now, Knightcrawler, the glove and boots, in this little spot that he's about ready to look into. And Trails, we have not located Thunderbird yet, so we do not know if Thunderbird is required.
I'd say there's a decent chance that Thunderbird is required at this point because we haven't seen him yet, and you can only walk into Thunderbird going left to right, which is the same way that you're going to find
Dark Link.
So it's a pretty good chance that he's in the path. He's been in GP 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, he's making pretty good time here.
So Knightcrawler picking up his boots an hour and 14 plus in, and now going to find the glove.
Yeah.
So all that exploration in Palace 2, Palace 6, Palace everywhere, West Coast, East Coast, every coast, and an hour 15 in, Knightcrawler finds the glove that he's been looking for well over an hour at this point.
Yeah, short GP is not a random setting. It is short GP. So, yes, and Paratroopa found a loop and now is going to be heading this way past the Eon drop that he saw before. So, I guess I was wrong that the Eon drop was correct. And
well, I still
this is
think
certainly going to be towards the end, I would think.
The general statement of a drop being correct is still not entirely a false statement. I mean, it usually leads to progression, but every once in a while it does lead to a loop, which, well, is unfortunate when it happens. But it looks like Paratroopa finding another drop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's going to have to fight Thunderbird, but I don't know how many lives he has. He'll probably get a level up from this fight. You can use Thunder a few times if you want. You just can't kill Thunderbird with Thunder because it'll soft lock the game.
Well, we would not want that, but I think Paratroopa using fire and then shield. Samus looks to be a different color this time around. Attack 6 doing a decent amount of damage, so...
Yeah, Thunderbird's HP is never shuffled. So...
Oh no, that's game over for Paratroopa.
Yeah, Paratroopa is going to have to head on back through the whole dungeon.
So at this point, Paratroopa knows the correct path to at least get to Thunderbird. Knightcrawler.
Did Paratroopa... He did go right at, or left at Fairy Room before, so... Yeah.
Yes, so he knows that's not the correct way.
Yeah.
Paratroopa knows the way to get from point A to point B, with point B unfortunately being Thunderbird. So the likelihood of a Thunderbird required seed is looking pretty gnarly at this point. Knightcrawler, having a little trouble in the Eon room. Looks like he wants to get to the drop.
That was amazing.
Instead, it's a spicy chicken to go, it looks like, for Knightcrawler's side of things.
Yeah, this whole race has had its share of drama, really. When you start with one heart, that'll happen.
Yeah, so very true. Nightcrawler exploring past the Eon drop, so...
Yeah, that's an interesting call on his part.
We'll see. Well, Paratroopa's headed the same way, so it looks like Knightcrawler, intended or not, is on the right path. I think one room ahead of Paratroopa at this point.
Yeah, they're in the same room right now. They were for a brief moment there. Of course, Knightcrawler was nearly out of it by the time Paratroopa got there.
Yeah, Knightcrawler was on his way out as Paratroopa on his way in. So it looks like Knightcrawler going to get to the drop and may actually get back to Thunderbird before Paratroopa. Oh, gonna take a slight detour.
Yeah, he was checking for a jar, but there's no jar chance there because there's this enemy instead.
So Paratroopa about to take the drop. Ooh, taking a nice little detour. Avoiding the spicy chicken. Oh no, that wasn't a spicy chicken. That was just a red Foca. So here we go. Both of our runners at the Thunderbird fight at the same time.
Yeah, this is incredible. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Dark Link is like next room.
Yeah, at this point, oh no, Paratroopa taking another death. He's so close.
There might be one more drop though. I don't know that we
think
saw.
I've seen all 4 drops at this point.
Oh, yeah, maybe there.
We'll see.
I don't think we saw the one drop destination.
Well, as always, I reserve my right to be completely entirely wrong. Knightcrawler running out of rooms to explore. But it would be absolutely killer here if we find a dead end or Knightcrawler. Well, I was about to say Knightcrawler game's over, but then I saw the X6 and game overing's not likely.
Yeah, game overing might be a little more likely for Paratroopa here.
Well, yeah, I believe he's again on his last life. I don't believe he has the life spell, so even if he does get tagged, no way to recover his life.
He's just gotta be patient and cautious here. Oh, there's Dark Link.
Oh, Knightcrawler finding Dark Link. So after all of this, Knightcrawler finding Dark Link, and it might put an end to this seed as Paratroopa just a few rooms away from the end. Oh no, Paratroopa gonna take another game over. Unfortunately, Knightcrawler turning on slideshow mode for most of that Dark Link fight.
Yeah, Paratroopa has seen the dot done and he's had enough. Just asking if it's Thunderbird.
Yeah, so Knightcrawler gonna be our winner a time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, 24 seconds. And that will unfortunately knock Paratroopa out of our Max Rando tournament. Tied with you, I believe, in 5th and 6th place.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It looks like an intruder alarm went off, so I believe we are being joined by Knightcrawler.
Hi, guys.
So,
Hello. GG.
So I almost lost that. Big time.
very much so true.
I'd say you were behind the entire race, pretty much.
Well, I think after
Right. No, we know what happened.
Paratroopa got Magic 4, yeah. I did not check the stuff to the north of Northern Palace. I was, when I first go through, I didn't check it because it's a bridge and I've got 1 heart container and 111. So, that's kind of a dangerous prospect or whatever. So I didn't go across it, and then I just totally forgot it even existed. And so I was looking for the glove or the boots everywhere. I did find 2 heart containers while I was out there. So that's probably why I lived through T-Bird and GP.
Yeah, I think that 3rd heart container was actually what made the difference for you, Knightcrawler, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Did you get 2, Paratroopa? I mean,
yeah, I had 2 heart containers by the end. I got 1 in a cave in East, but I found the boots and the power glove immediately, so I'm a bit surprised.
I feel so stupid for not
I didn't realize that was why when I got to Thunderbird, I realized that Darklink had to be behind Thunderbird because otherwise the race would be over. But I didn't realize that you had trouble finding those items, so that was not part of my calculation.
So I thought that I would have to go to where the raft, the dock was, and I would have to have the boots, which I would get in one of the Eastern Palaces, and I would walk up from there and find the 2 caves that I was missing. But no, along the coast, like happens sometimes. But no, it was just right at the beginning. So I was looking for items everywhere and getting spells. Well.
What were your levels?
I think pretty good. Let me see.
I
think it was 6666.
The attack 6 ended up being really helpful. I was hoping not to run into the Thunderbird, but when I did, I was like, well, I'm glad I have these.
I had 667.
Okay, that probably helped a little bit too, because I only had life 6 and 2 heart containers, so I could only take 2 hits to Thunderbird. I still almost beat him at the end there, but I think I still would have lost. I think you beat Darklink right after I. So it was super close though, unless Darklink is 10 rooms down, but I assume it's pretty.
I think he was 6
There were
or so.
Oh, there was
There
more
were
to do.
2 lava
Okay.
rooms where you went across a bridge, and then not much else.
Yeah, I think there was a drop somewhere after T-Bird, but maybe 2 drops after T-Bird.
Oh wow, okay.
No, definitely not 2 drops.
No,
Maybe it was 2
I-
drops before T-Bird.
There was only 1 drop left, so
I think.
Yeah.
I'd seen everything before T-Bird. That was the last thing I found.
I think the only drop I didn't take was Eon, which was a good thing.
In your case, yes.
Yeah. Oof. And that spicy chicken really wanted me to go down there too.
Yeah, I just used 4 thunders on those things.
Yeah, they're so
Yeah.
beefy, but
That was an interesting way to have some spicy chicken to go in the
I've
Great
never
Mountain.
put a spicy chicken down that hole before, down Eon drop, but now I have.
That was very amusing. Thank you for that.
No problem. Well, I'm glad I won, but now I'm afraid for my life because RCS gets to have its revenge against me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be
Rematch
rough
of-
for sure.
Rematch of round 1. That's fine.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna hurt.
And Paratroopa really, you were doing much better than you thought you were.
Yeah, so I want to explain like my situation there. So I'm like, I couldn't get through Jump Cave. I knew that I needed to because there was nothing else on the west to do. I almost got through it the first time, but there was a Moa and I couldn't see it, and it one hit kills me. So I'm just like, okay. So I was like, well, either fire is thunder and I can break out of this, or I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Like, I might have to ask for Mercy Kill or see where Knightcrawler is at, like, you know. So I went for Magic 3 thinking, like, well, it should probably get fire under 64. And when it didn't get fire under 64, instead of thinking, well, it could still be thunder at Magic 4, I just thought, okay, well, that's not going to work. And it's just kind of a brain fart. Like, I didn't think, like, oh, I could still level up Magic again. It could still be thunder. But instead I was just like, I guess I'll find something else to do. Then shrug, maybe find a magic container, which I never found.
Shield might have been okay.
I had shield.
Oh,
Shield was in Old Kosudo, though.
Yeah. I mean, for the jump cave.
Oh, yeah. I guess that would have broken through too. Yeah, it still would have been a really bad seed though. Thunder fixed everything. Like Thunder
Yes.
fixed this seed. Shield is just a band-aid over Jump Cave.
I need to make sure I got my randomizer set correctly, because like that's 2 seeds in a row that I've generated with 1 heart container and thunder.
That's fun.
It's set to random on starting heart containers, and for spells, I mean, it's set to, you can't set it to link to a certain spell, so
yeah,
just a coincidence, I guess.
That's just a 1 in 7 chance. You know, it's not that. Well, 1 in 7 plus 1 in 7, so 1 in 49.
Yeah, I mean, my last seed was also 1 heart and Thunderfire. So
really,
I mean, I guess that makes Thunderfire fair, right? Otherwise, it's too easy.
So they didn't find any magic containers?
No.
I guess because you weren't looking for glove and stuff.
No, yeah, I found because glove and boots were so early, I didn't like really want to look for items. That was actually part of the reason that I was so like I knew I was behind, because I was like, well, Knightcrawler has those, so like what advantages do I have? But he didn't, so I'm kind of surprised by that, because they were just north.
I was trying to save P1 until I had more levels, but then I was like, I don't really want to go east and then come back here, so I just took care of P1.
Oh yeah, P1 was only a P bag. I don't know if you got the item there.
I
couldn't. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't get the item there because the Booma, like blocking the key door, like I couldn't really ferry through it because it just kills me. But then I got a key and they went back there. I'm like, okay, now I can get through this room, but it ended up being useless, so that wasted a lot of time. I got some levels out of it though.
I was kind of surprised you didn't just take down Horsehead and get the level from dunking the crystal.
Yeah, that was, if I was racing for Magic 4, I would have done it, but I just forgot like to do that.
When I couldn't get through Jump Cave, I went and did P1 because, and now that I'm thinking back, I was like, I need another heart level. I need another life level in case it helps me survive against the red Thyra, because you know you can see him there and stuff, sort of, but getting that perfect down stab, pogo on him without falling off was kind of the hard part for me, and it didn't help getting that extra life level, but I ended up getting that pogo down, and then when I was on the other side, I got a magic level up, and so I was good after that.
Yeah, the reason I didn't do Horsehead right away also is like I'm still in the mode of like fire's not going to be thunder, like I'm not going to get lucky. So like I need all the levels I can get, so I'm saving that for the very end so I can make my levels as good as possible. But if I had known that thunder was going to be fire, then that would have changed my strategy basically.
Actually, now that I'm thinking again, I got that life level not necessarily for the red Daira, but for the 2 Moas in the next room, because I got through there once with like 2 lives left, and then I lost, and then I game overed. And then the next time I got through Jump Cave, or got to the last room in Jump Cave, those Moas just kept on hitting me and wouldn't killing me, and it just kept on happening over and over and over again. So I was hoping that extra life level would have helped, but it didn't. And so eventually I got through there with like 2 lives left and found GP. and was able to up an A and get my lives back down there.
What was unfortunate about that is that was actually where you could have taken Magic 4 instead of, I
Yeah.
think, Life 6 or Life 5. And Jake, I shouldn't say we
Paratroopa?
questioned it, but, I think Paratroopa ended up getting Magic 4 almost.
No, it was Magic 5 that
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was
fire
Magic
went
5.
down from
Okay.
from 17 to 9, I think, or
For
something
21 to 9. Yeah.
21 to 9.
That I said Magic 5 smiley face when I got it because it was very nice to have.
Yeah, because just kind of like a handing back that little bit of hint. And
Yeah.
you said that right. I think right after, or no, I think you said it before I got Life 6 or whatever.
I
and
think
I
it
still
was
I still took a life level for some reason.
It was at the point where I don't think you could cast Jump and Thunder at the same time with the amount of magic you had available to you, which was making the Jump Cave so difficult.
Actually, that when that happened, you might be thinking of two different instances, because when I leveled up, instead of getting Magic 5, I was already on the east in that really weird road that I loved. I loved that road, by the way. Did you see that road on the east?
Where the security guard was at the end of the construction zone leading into the mountain.
Yes. So it was like the desert road with those forced encounters that linked into the Wilson Road, and like the desert road just went kind of into like nowhere, and then like the Wilson Road had like some little appendix or something on the end of it, and it just kept on going. And then then the River Devil was way at the end. I loved that thing. It was great.
All right. So I actually enjoyed listening to that interview because there was like a lot of analysis in this, which is for me that doesn't know enough about this randomizer. This is always super interesting. So thanks to all of you for actually going in depth. A big shout out to Freako, to Siberian, and to Jake Hopper for doing the volunteer work tonight actually, at almost 4 a.m. for me. And shout outs to you, Knightcrawler and Paratroopa, for the amazing race. We're continuing with this tournament and progressing slowly to the end. It's almost done. This actually went by fairly fast. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed what you saw. And
well, there's only 4 matches potentially left.
Yeah.
Knightcrawler and Rose City Saint are the next match up. So we're going to have a bit of a rematch of an earlier, I believe, a round 2 match.
It was round 2, but it was my first. I think it was both mine and RCS's first round.
Yeah, so you caught him while he was sleeping. I don't know. Rose City Saint looked pretty tough in these last couple matches since he's been sent down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, it was a total upset, and I did not deserve that win, but I got it.
Well, hopefully you can have history repeat itself.
Yeah.
And then that'll open the path to Buzz Thunder awaiting in the losers finals side of the bracket. And then, Trails in the winners final. So in the grand final awaits this nice little gauntlet of Knightcrawler versus Rose City Saint and Buzz Thunder.
2 rematches in a row.
So that's going to be a bit of an ask, Knightcrawler. You ready to just give it up and head back in the commentary booth? I miss you over here.
I know you do, man. But I'm never going to give it up. And I would never let you down, Freako. So.
No. Better love story than Twilight. All right, folks. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more Z2R. The upcoming week at the latest for the weekly on Tuesday night. Until then, thank you all for watching. and a few of you are already abandoning ship. So thank you all for watching, and take care.
Have a good night, everybody.